Mag again here. Yeah, the Sunday podcast. What's good, everybody? We go get into some things. We go talk about the American surveillance of the masses. Now, basically a worldwide surveillance they have on the people. We talk about China and the supposedly social crediting, but that's them showing their hands, showing the people exactly what they're doing and how they surveil them. Not America. You understand that? America keep the same surveillance, but they don't tell the people. Without the masses' awareness, they watch you. Every single move you make. And don't worry about it. They have court cases going on right now all over in America. And these things is coming to light where they're showing people make every single move, every single step you make. You gotta count on it. They know every single step you take, every breath you take, every single thing about the masses is captured right here in America. We go get into it and I'm gonna break it down and show you some things. Let these documentaries that I'm gonna break down kind of tell you how the internet come into place and why it's there. Pay attention, I'm gonna break it down. As you could see right there, people, you see this America Online right here. You see what it show you? A pyramid with the one eye. These are the things that start out to make the supposedly internet interesting to the people. You have to understand this, people, why they call it internet. It's a net. Just remember that. You call it a net, but you don't really realize what is a net. A net is what they use to catch things. So there you go, people, with the internet. As soon as they create it, bam! We already know what they do. They use it to capture the masses, your information, 100%. And talk about data. That's what they're collecting on the masses to know exactly who you are, even your damn thoughts. Let's get in it.
The internet was originally created by a government defense agency, but it quickly became a platform for the growth of a new industry.
Yeah, you see how easy, people? Listen, people, you got to understand this. All of these things I tell you when it comes to this internet and the web. Another thing you need to understand, web. You know what's a web? A web is something that can capture you the same way as a net. So pay attention. They tell you the military, them create this shit from day one. And then all of a sudden, it turns into a worldwide thing people use for even information. Do you believe this? You better wake your ass up. They're telling you that it's a coincidence while the internet turned into what it is now. What a damn joke. It was all by design. It was designed for this same reason right here.
Worldwide, offering a wide range of attractive products and services.
See that? Easy as that.
As the web became popular with hundreds of millions of users, intelligence agencies like the NSA decided to use it for its own purposes.
That's bullshit, people. That's 100% bullshit. First of all, they tell you it was created by the military, basically. A military group created. So what's the difference between the military group and the CIA, all of them people that you're talking about, the NSA? What you think? What's the difference between them? You don't get it. They're all the same. All those major entities that control the masses, these big companies, all created by the devil people. Is them same one and put their puppets to represent it. Pay attention.
An instrument for global communication soon became a tool for massive spying, part of a surveillance industrial complex.
I'm going to ask you a question, people. If this wasn't a plan, why did they call it a web? Why did they call it a net? It wasn't there to capture you from day one. It didn't make to capture you and your information. It didn't made for that, but they call them those names. You're dumb as a rock. Listen. Let's look at this. There you go, people.
The vast super-secret National Security Agency took to the internet like a fish takes to water. There is an often...
And there you go with the silicon, people. A silicon, they're running on the masses right there with the Silicon Valley. Yes, they supposed to be tech area right here that they show you. Don't trust them. You have to understand all this control AI shit on the masses is for your destruction. Right there, that's what you get from silicon. Bam.
Visible but deep connection between a
Look, there you
high-tech
go, and there go the eagle. It's Freemasonry people. It's them same one running the national security agents. You understand that? Why would they use the eagle? Is a Freemason, and they hold the key right there. You see that right there, people? Pay attention. All of them
government
is in on
intelligence
it.
service and the corporate
They
world,
own them.
as well as tensions between the companies, their customers, and
There
the
is
government.
no tensions, people. There is no tensions. This Mark Zuckerberg is a CIA agent himself. You have to understand that, people. He's the one that let you accept Facebook. You wasn't gonna accept it in the way that you did back in the days when they bring it up. If they didn't show you this face like a regular person like me and you, just dare and come up with an idea, they lie. All of it is devil shit. 100%. And like I said, the government could have never come out. The CIA and the government could never come out and say, look, we have this network, Facebook, we want you to go on. Most of the people wouldn't be on there. They wouldn't trust it like they did when they tell them it's this guy created. So you got to understand the reason. That's the reason why they use these people. You understand? The Steve Jobs, all of them, Bill Gates, all fucking fakers. You believe they're real? Now pay attention. They tell you about a customer. The customer going against who? You better wake your ass up. We as the customer supposed to be, we just prawns, can't do shit. And the president supposed to be right there at the time. What they're talking about right here, the Obama, another puppet they put in line. Like I say, all of them connect to the devil bloodline. That's why they play a role on the world stage as a world leader. Move.
It works on many levels.
Listen.
First, the intelligence agency works with thousands of businesses who offer services and provide contractors.
You hear that? And they show you this character right here, the Edward Snowden. You don't understand, people. It's a faker. It's a 100% government agent. He never released nothing groundbreaking. We already know once they give you the cell phone, bam, they use that to track you, manipulate you and all. What you think he revealed, people? Nothing. It's a government operator. They just give you a show with him and you believe it. Him and the other character they're talking about hiding in embassies. Fakery. 100% fakery. Government
The big ones
operators.
are on an NSA advisory panel, and others are deeply complicit with its global spying and surveillance mission.
Global
At the same
spying.
time that many are criticizing
Take a look at
government
this right here,
spying,
people.
customers
They got the one eye right there with the hand in it. You don't understand. They're doing the devil work. The one eye represent the devil. That's what you need to understand. Why you think they got it on the shirt? All of these things is staged.
are pressuring their phone
Look,
and
look at
internet
sign.
companies, accusing them of violating their privacy.
You see that?
Here's one case documented in this chart shown in a lawsuit proving that AT&T set up a special room to intercept calls the government wanted to spy on.
You hear that, people? They intercept cars that government want to spy on. They intercept the cars that the government want to spy on. So what that mean? You gotta be dumb on the rock, dumb as a rock. The government and the so-called AT&T, the phone company, they are all the same. What do you think, people? They own those companies. It's no payoff and no supposed to be cahoots. They are all the same. They're run by the same world government. All right, go back again.
T set up a special room to intercept calls the government wanted to spy on.
So the AT&T is against the government? What a dumb shit, people. You believe that? Wow, unbelievable, fake.
All of this collusion upsets the CEO of another tech company, Roy Singham of ThoughtWorks.
All of them is satanic puppets, people. All of them. Every one of these CEO of these big companies that run in your life, they don't leave no loophole out. It belongs to the same world government. These people just puppets. Again.
About this is it's really something that has undermined commerce, it's undermined privacy, it's undermined security. It is so hypocritical.
There is no privacy, people. When it comes to the public, there ain't such thing as privacy. Every single thing that you did is on data. They have that shit in a data, saving it up for you. You understand? Later on, it can be used against you. That's what it is. Some of these people give up their DNA and everything. They know them head to foot. You understand that? That's just how it is, people. Inside and out, they know you. And that's not good. Now you can be manipulated by these people.
Companies and governments have done to something that could have been so revolutionary, so important to human race.
No, people. It's bullshit. It's, the internet and them things would never be no importance to the human being. They make it for your destruction. 100%. That's the reason why they created, for the destruction. Not for saving humanity or nothing. Once they bring it in, look how much people die already through the internet alone. You don't get it, people. Wake your ass up. All of these things they bring in is for the destruction of the people.
Of an internet economy, and it's been destroyed, quite frankly, by this collaboration.
The NSA is proud of its partnerships with many companies, as these documents released by Edward
all of them have the eagle. All of them have the damn eagle
Snowden makes clear. The agency has made deals with corporations to provide data in exchange for information on threats against their operations.
I told you, people, it is bullshit. It's the same government operation running those companies. Nobody paying off nobody or exchange shit. You got to understand, they are the same. 100%. And all of them is there for a special reason. Collecting the masses data.
As these formerly secret documents show, this relationship is documented in journalist Glenn Greenwald's book, No Place to Hide. This leaked graphic refers to what NSA calls strategic partnerships, 80 major global corporations in all, including well-known computer, telephone, and internet companies.
What I tell you, all of them belongs to the same government, one world government.
This graphic outlines the specific targets of NSA collection. Email, video and voice chats, photos, stored data, and more.
That's the reason why I told you they create those things. Email and everything. Like I said, the email can tie you to everything. You use the email simple and you feel like, hey, it's no trouble. Giving these people your email, it tie you to a lot of shit.
Document for fiscal year 2012 shows a 32% increase in cooperation from over 45,000 companies. The agency reports a strong growth in data from Google, up 63%, Facebook up 131%, and Skype up 200%.
All coding. And like I tell you, even a service like Skype, people, they just give it to you and say, look, you can now get video calls. Later on, the phones give you automatic video calls on it. But before that, they have these Skypes. And then in the pandemic, they bring you that Zoom. All of them is tracking you down, people. All of them is taking your data. Yes, taking everything you do and store it. That's why they're there.
48%. We asked NSA whistleblower Russ Tice.
They're all fake, people. There is no whistleblower from the NSA. They all fake on the masses, 100% in.
About these partnerships. Seems as if a lot of the technology companies are actually being paid to share their, quote, data with the NSA.
Absolutely, and in some respects, I have a little bit of sympathy for some of these companies because it's a carrot and a stick. Now, the carrot is, oh, by the way, we're going to pay you millions and tens of millions of dollars and beef up your bottom line for this information. The stick is, if you don't give us the information, we're going to make life miserable for you. We're going to cut back on your government contracts. And as the CEO of Quest Communications found out, we're going to put you in jail if we can find some nitty-gritty thing that we can
hear that,
pay
people? And I already told you, all of them is part of the world stage, but put in jail. Wow, all of them that they're supposed to be come up with something and the government take it over, them people left dead. You don't go to jail. You better understand that.
And I think he just got out of jail just a couple months ago.
Of course he get out of jail. Never
Companies
go
are
to no
often
jail.
ordered to supply information for which they are paid. This is an actual court document showing that NSA requests to a foreign intelligence surveillance court results in orders to the company. The companies like this process because they can then claim they are being forced to cooperate and not because of all the money they make.
And this is how they confuse the masses. Yes, these big companies paying off the NSA are swapping shit with them out. The NSA basically blackmailing them at the end of the day when you look at it. That's what they're telling you is American supposedly security. And the supposedly, surveillance on the people. You believe that? No. Let me put you up on something. They already summons all the stores, all business to have a supposedly surveillance camera system set up that's working. So in a lot of states, they can't run a business unless they do have surveillance system. Now, why I'm bringing this up later on, they're going to even tell you that you have to have it in your home. Now, they're trying to, convince you to do it without force. But later on, they will use force to tell you have to comply, put a camera in your home. Yes, so the government or the police got an easier job. No lies coming. In the digital world, that's what they're gonna do. And like I say, a lot of people is already doing it. They're putting cameras inside their home, outside their home, all over the place. So the government always have an eye on them. Whatever they do is captured in a data. And don't worry about, like I say, they will make it law later. Bam.
But some of these companies engage in spying.
And take a look at this right here, people, with the Google. Like I don't tell you, the Google watch you. It stays on you. You believe they separated from the damn government people who own you? No, they're the one who created. They are Google. Who do you think is Google? They show your face? I already told you, all fakers they show you, as they could show you this right here to show you where you're at. Drop a pin and all. Yes, Google always know where you're at. 100%. They know your location, no matter if you have it off. Remember that you can't use the Google app unless they know where you're at. That's what they do. Even if they tell you to turn it on, they already know where you're at. And as far as these supposedly Google Street Views, this is what do it right there. And a lot of times they're telling you that it's satellite. Yes, satellite mode. Google is tricking the people. They use this shit right here with the camera right there on the top. And then later on they tell you it's a satellite. Take it. Come on.
Themselves. Challenges to Google's use of Street View cars seems on its way to the Supreme Court. Their role has
All
the
fake
attention
shit.
of Martin Smith, a producer at the PBS Frontline program.
There you go. Of course, it's a PBS program, Frontline. What did I tell you? All TV they give the masses. You're living in a fantasy world, nothing real.
Smith says that businesses in Silicon Valley helped create the surveillance state.
That the cell phone that you carry tracks everything
Yes.
everywhere you go. It increasingly tracks what you buy. Your email is scanned so that advertisements can be placed, but it's creating a turnkey.
Yes, he say everything out his mouth he says right. And I told you, you don't need an email, period. Yes, but that's how they're gonna get to send you all those supposedly mail that you don't want. They call spam. Like I told you, it's used to also connect you to your social media, to your job, to any damn thing that you do. Yes, they all tied.
Surveillance state that is that everybody is participating in. It's not just journalists and their sources, but everybody is exposed. Their
Everybody's
information, they are.
exposed.
Google knows more about you than any institution on the
Yes.
planet at this point. But
And now they bring it in the supposedly chat GPT. Like I don't tell you, they create those things to basically feed the masses information. Remember, everything you want to know, you check Google. There is no dictionary. There is nothing else, people. That's what it is. Google is now the king of information. And don't worry about it. They have a lot more. They trick you, people. into believing that, you know, everything is all smooth and nice with this technology, but no, they're robbing you of your data. Something that you don't understand, how much it can be a danger to you later on. Pay attention here.
Companies want you to sign privacy agreements. They claim to be protecting your privacy.
Well, they are. They do have privacy agreements, and if you took the time to read them, perhaps you could make a rational decision. But you never get out of your house. You'd be there reading these privacy agreements for.
Exactly. That's the reason why they do it. And people, he's saying something real interesting right there. If you for real. Now, those supposed to be policy, even on these social media, you'll be amazed if you actually read those policy. The one that Apple sent you, the one about 10 miles long, literally. Yes, people, it will tell you that you own nothing that you post on these social media. Those photos that you take in an Apple phone don't belongs to you, and you can't stop them from keeping it. That's why they get rid of camera and put the camera in a cell phone. So like I say, you have two supposedly, company, Google and Apple, that control everybody's photos. Everybody's photos is there. And no matter how much they tell you run out of storage, buy some more storage, and you don't buy it, it's still saving your photos. Your location that you take it and everything. Why? Then they keep throwing them back at you every time. They go 2 years ago. They go 5 years ago. I thought I ain't got no more storage. But that's how they do it, people. You have to understand. They own everything you do. They keep it on data. And I'm telling you, it's for your destruction. 100% in. Why they save every photo of you that you take? They control your instrument, people. The one they give you. You think you own the phone, the cell phone. You think you own it? You have another thing coming. Listen.
Months on end.
Alfredo Lopez runs an internet business to empower citizens. You're a customer of a company. You sign a privacy agreement with them. They want you to, they have an implied contract with you to actually ensure that your data is treated confidentially and
hold on, people. Another thing before I forget to mention, that's the same thing you have to do when it comes to the car. The cars they're making nowadays, that's exactly what it's gonna be, people. You have to press OK for it to work. You know what I mean by that? The same thing when you're gonna get I suppose when you get a phone, you set it up and everything, you have to press OK and agree to everything. If you don't, it won't work. Okay, if you don't believe me, when they tell you that your phone got an update, go in the middle of the update, set up the update, and just reject what they ask. Just press reject. Don't press OK, press no. You understand? The phone will never work. 100% in. The phone will go dummy if you don't agree to those supposedly policies that you don't get a chance to read. It's too long. They're hidden it in fine print all the way in some, mid-level jibby jabbers they give you. They have those in there to tell you own nothing that you do on those phones. You can't stop them from doing nothing on it. They control it, period. Recording you to the microphone, watching you to the camera and everything. They tell you all of that. But you're not going to read that fine print that's supposed to be long policy. You understand? That's why they put it there. It's a sham. The whole wide world's a deception.
Right. But they've broken that, haven't they, many of them?
They've broken it, and they also, you have to really be careful. Google collaborates with the U.S. government. It's on a bunch of committees.
It's them, people. It is. I don't know why you think something else, people. I don't know why the people on this earth believe something else. It's the same government people own it. They own Google. They own everything. Remember what I don't tell you. They bring you here for the control of you. Wow, why you can't understand? That mean everything in place is them put it there for you. They have to assist you. So they make these things. They know exactly what you're gonna need or want for, say, to live in this earth. So they prepare it for you. They have it in line waiting. So what do you think? You think it's some random people like me and you coming up with these things? No, it's them. They own these things, people that own you.
With the U.S. government. And its privacy and data protection agreement has more holes than a piece of Swiss cheese. So they can do literally anything they want with your data.
Yes, and they tell you in those supposedly policy, they tell you on those Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all of them, they tell you any content you put on there is now theirs. You don't understand or what, people? Any content you put on there, they can use it. They can do whatever they want with it. It's now theirs. You put it on their platform, it's theirs.
Fact. Gmail, Google writes into its Gmail agreement the ability to actually read your email.
See that?
They claim it's for marketing purposes. But
that's how it is. For marketing purposes. That's the same way they try to tell you they're gonna record your call when you call any one of those companies. They're gonna record you so they can, teach other people how to basically operate on the phone. That's why they record you. So basically they tell you you're gonna develop their workers. And that's the reason why they record you. For their data. You understand? So even your voice, everything, they're taking it, people, under false pretense.
The same apparatus they use to read your email can also be used by some government official to figure out what what it is you're talking to.
It's the same people. Just to keep that in mind. Same people
you're talking about and who it is you're talking to.
So this is a battleground, isn't it? Between the desire of people to communicate without being spied on, and
that's why they give you communication. That's a big old bam. Do you understand that? That's the reason why they introduce it to you. Remember, people never there crying for no communication. You got to remember these things. The people wasn't there crying for none of these technology, just like you just see them appear in front of you. And they say, yeah, there go the VR goggles now. There you go. Metaverse. No, nobody asks for it. All the shit that they give you never ask for it, people. They introduce it to you. They find some way to tell you that this is good for you. Yes, it can do this. It can solve your problem, whatever, it make life easier. And then bam, you're attached to it. You see that? That easy. All the things, we never asked for it. They're all introduced to us by the devil people.
Assistance by the government to spy on them.
That is correct.
The companies require privacy agreements like these that customers think protect them. But many of these agreements are written by lawyers who know how to conceal or sanitize the real meaning. The language is deceptive, writes critic Wolf Richter. They're all doing it. They're part of the enormously hyped bubble of big data, whose business model is to collect and monetize your personal information, which has become part of a new asset class.
Yes, but that's for the new world order, leading down to the destruction of the masses. They have to control you fully. Why you think they're bitching about AI? They have to control you fully. Yes, you're gonna be operated by AI. The whole wide world gonna be run by AI. That's how they're gonna get the masses to comply with whatever they got going on. Bam. See, look at this right here, people. I know the video ain't about this right here, but take a look at what you do. It's simple. It looks simple, but look. You leave the baby right here to get the programming from the TV, the box, right there. And who knows, it's probably some Disney shit with some witches, some mind programming for the little babies, and you just put the baby there and forget about it. Yes, you occupy him now. What a dumb shit. You let him feed and this brainwash. That's not natural. That's part of the reason why everybody dumb. There you go, people. It's witches rolling with this swirl right there for one. You don't get it with the star post up in the background. All predicted programming for the baby. And you wonder why later it said born in the wrong body. You don't get it.
Don't look for the key.
And take a look at this right here. This is the reason why we're showing this. As you can see, that's an anchor monitor right there. Part of the surveillance of the masses. It looks simple. That's what they do. You don't have to commit a real crime for them to tag you with this right here, to watch every move you make. It even checking your damn blood level and everything. Your sweat and everything is processed by this shit right here that they put on. And don't worry about it. It's the new damn, what you would call is a jewel piece. Almost everybody have it on the feet.
I did everything on home detention. Had my baby shower at home. I pushed my baby out on home detention.
Yeah, that birth the baby and home detention.
I'm restricted to my house 24/7.
There you go, restricted to the house 24/7 with that shit on the foot right there. Another part of the government agenda to keep the masses in line. And I'm telling you right now, people, Americans won't get passports later on. They're basically playing with you right now, delaying it, but they don't want to give nobody no passport. They don't want you to go nowhere. They want you to stay put in the new world. 100% in.
Lockdown. I'm a prisoner in my own home.
Christina has been awaiting trial at home after her arrest for burglary, destruction of property, and threatening to burn someone's house.
Oh, okay.
For over a year, she's been on an ankle monitor that tracks her every move.
I can't do anything. I literally sit in the house. I can't go out unless it's for a doctor's visit or a legal visit, like court.
Yes, and guess what, people? Later on, you don't have to leave your house for a hospital or doctor visit. Right there on your instrument, right there on your device. That's what they're doing, people, and don't worry about it. I seen a commercial with them advertising some home fix-up work, and they say you just go on the website and they actually show you how to do it. You have to pay for them to show you how to do it, but that's how the world gonna be. They're gonna show you how to do it, and when you look and they show you how to do it, then you pay them. You understand that? Or you pay them before they show you how to fix the problem. Same thing gonna happen with healthcare, people. The doctor not gonna be there, gonna be an app. Guess what? AI again. Computer generated shit they're gonna use to operate on you and everything. All AI. Pay attention.
See my lawyer or something like that. Can I get a job while you watch me so I can take care of my child?
Like you're not even convicted of a crime.
No.
What does that feel like?
Like I'm guilty of the crime. Like I've already been sentenced and found guilty. It's hard. It's hard. They know I'm here by myself. I mean, I'm a new mom, so I have to risk basically going outside.
Christina is part of a broader national trend.
More and more what they say, a broader trend. Like I don't tell you, this is what they do now. I don't know where they get so much of them ankle monitor from to put on everybody. I already told you it's a trend, people. Everybody have them on.
Accused of crimes are getting strapped with ankle monitors, and that's given rise to a highly unregulated, privately run system of surveillance.
There you go, privately run. As you could see the 309 there, none of these things is privately run. They are run by the devil people. You have to remember that. They own everything that we're using. Wow, anything attached to your life belongs to them.
No one knows how many people are being monitored nationally. But in LA, where they do keep track, the number of people monitored pre-conviction went up from 24 in 2015 to 1,284 in 2021. And in other places, like Harris County, Texas, the number of people monitored jumped from 27 in 2019 to nearly 4,000 in 2021.
I don't see it as really any different from mass incarceration.
Marianne Lima is a public defender in Baltimore who's seen how judges' increased reliance on electronic monitoring is punishing people who have yet to be proven guilty.
Yeah, but what you have to understand, people, remember, when they say you're on bond, you know what's a bond? A bond is the shortening for bondage. Told you that already. It's bondage. It's another way to show you that you're still in bondage. And I always tell you about if you have to get bail, that means they told you already you're guilty. Now you have to get a lawyer and you have to prove you're innocent. Now if the lawyer can prove that you're innocent, then you're free. So that makes you guilty until you're proven innocent and not the other way around. Do you get it? So that means a bond, shortening for bondage, meaning you're not out, you're not going nowhere. Just like they have that shit on your foot, that ankle monitor, but you're not free. You still have to stay at home. Or they have a radius for you that you can't really go out of. Pay attention.
COVID really made the business boom because
of course, it
the bench was on.
As you could see the hand sign show up on this one. Yes, the pandemic, COVID make it boom. It make everything boom. Just bad for the masses.
Because we have to clear the jails because of COVID.
Take a look at the hand sign, people. It's not taking off this sign. The pyramid on the hand sign show you they're full of shit on the masses. 100% devil puppet.
Them said, okay, private home detention. And I don't think they realize the impact that it has on the clients.
What is it that people go through? How is it a hardship?
I have clients who struggle with losing their jobs. They lose their children sometimes, all because they can't go out and work or they can't leave their home. It's crazy to have to go through all that when the end result could very well just be probation, no jail time, no deprivation of liberty, just continue.
Yeah, but you don't understand what they call probation. Is another trap again they have the masses under. Yes, they have all these supposedly program on the side tied to it that they're gonna tell you have to be in. You have to attach to this program, go to this class, go to here, go to there, costing the people more and more money to be on probation. Plus you have to pay a probation fee. You don't get it, people. All of this shit right here is to milk and put the masses under more pressure.
Provision.
Which is to say you could be, like the punishment before you're convicted could be worse than the punishment after you're convicted.
It's a condition that the court imposes to keep you somewhere, and private companies are benefiting. And you haven't even been found guilty of a crime.
See that?
In most states, courts have outsourced monitoring people to private companies, and those people are the ones paying for it.
Just like they tell you the jail and prison is also private. The prisons is supposed to be private owners. Yes, and they make a lot of money by people going to prison.
Can you show me the stuff in there?
Absolutely. I can show you a piece of the equipment.
Tim Schlau owns Alert Home Detention, a small outfit in Baltimore that charges up to $17 per day for the device, plus a $125 setup fee. For poor people in Maryland, the state picks up the pretrial tab at $11 per day, which is a tenth of what it typically costs to jail someone.
Wow.
So this is the equipment that we utilize. It's called OmniLink. It's a GPS unit. Looks like Darth Vader.
It does look like Darth Vader, it's true.
You're laughing, yeah, it look like Darth Vader. Like I said, a new way to track the masses. Yes, it's not really a new way, but it's newly designed. Basically, it can do more shit now. Like I said, monitoring your sweat and everything. You can tell if alcohol in your body or any kind of drugs right there. So you have to understand new technology to track down the masses. They're going deeper in it now. So you understand the surveillance stepped up.
Sunshine State cracking down on illegal immigrants, and it could impact some folks here in Hawaii today, Florida.
Take a listen to this right here, people. The Sunshine State, which is Florida, cracking down on the illegal immigrants. Why? You have to understand, people. They're going to separate everybody up with that supposedly real ID. I did a video on it about 5 years ago. Or longer. Just to show you that it was going to come. And I'm never miss. You have to have the real ID. Else they're gonna know who you are. If you're from anywhere or any outside world, or you don't have any paperwork or connection, they're gonna tell by the ID that you possess. Do you understand that? Listen.
Governor announcing certain out-of-state driver's licenses will not be considered to be valid.
That includes some from Hawaii. Sam Spangler has what you need to know in a story that's new at 9.
The states singled out in Florida's new law are Connecticut, Delaware, Rhode Island, Vermont, and Hawaii.
Okay, hold on, people. The reason why they claim that these places single out, you have to understand, Connecticut and them place, basically they will give them, some people a driver's license without their supposed be credential, just so they can drive or whatever. But they're gonna know the difference because that's a different ID. New York already set it up where everybody basically, by according to your background, they give you a specific ID. You understand that? But Florida is telling you, if you go there with any one of these ID that these people issued, which is not a real ID, it's actually an ID they call a real ID, people. We go show you in a minute, but pay attention here.
It applies to limited purpose licenses.
So this right here is not a real ID. You see what I'm saying? So this person can drive in Hawaii with this. If you leave and go to Florida, this don't work. Why? Because they just give you driving privilege in Hawaii. You understand? That's it. Pay attention here.
Permits, which don't require documents to prove lawful status and or a social security number.
There you go. So that means you possess this without a social. Yes, so that means some state that actually gonna make you have to show a social or everything that you have to get a driver's license not gonna upset this. So a lot of times they tell you that, different state, different laws. But guess what? Their laws apply to you even if you're from somewhere and you go to that place where the law is different. You understand that? So of course it's gonna affect the people themselves. Again,
Hawaii has offered them since 2016, and they allow undocumented migrant workers to drive if they pass a
undocumented migrant workers. Okay, all right.
driving test. As its name suggests, there are things it can't be used for, like registering to vote or going through TSA.
It's limited purpose, so it really is only for use in the state of Hawaii for driving. So if you're going to travel, you're going to need to have either a state ID, a state driver's license, not a limited purpose driver's license, or a passport. And most people who have these are very aware that if they have to travel, if they have to conduct business in other states, they're going to need proper federal identification.
There you go.
Florida Governor Ron DeSantis.
Take a look at this sodomite. Remember, he's supposed to be running for president coming up. You understand? So, of course, they have to give you a lot of drama to put him in the spotlight. As you could see, the red and blue behind him start peeping out at the side. Devil puppet on.
Who is also running for president in the Republican primary says, someone who is in our country illegally and has violated our laws should not possess a government-issued ID, which allows them access to state-funded services and other...
Yes, and I like the way you always talk about our country and all of this when they're trying to destroy the people, period. You think they care about the people in America? You in a world of hurt. You jump on what they're saying, oh, this, that. Oh, people coming in your country, you don't understand. The world shouldn't be split up and parted off by borders. You shouldn't need some paperwork to supposedly travel anywhere. That's why I tell you, in order for them to put a clank on you like a handcuff, they give you transportation. You understand that? A lot of people say, man, you a crazy man. How could you say they're trying to hold us down by give us transportation? Because the transportation come with rules and regulations. You understand that? Yes, and that's the only way you got to travel, because you know no other way. And when they give you a way, you won't look for another way. You understand? You already have it. So now the human being natural instinct didn't kick in for them to travel. They wait on the government people to come up with something, and now it's restricted. Do you understand that it's restricted? That means you can't go anywhere you want to go. You can't just pop up in a country. You have to have certain kind of paperwork. You have to do this. You have to get some kind of shot. All control shit.
Privileges afforded to lawful residents. We reached out to Governor Green to get his thoughts. His office tells KH12 that Governor Green's office has just been made aware of this matter. His office and the Office of the State of Hawaii Attorney General are reviewing the information. In practice, there are very few of these licenses and permits in the islands.
Not a huge number. It's not something like 100,000 people. It is limited, just like it says it is.
So if you're planning...
You just know it's not 100,000 people. You don't know how much people it is on that shit. Move.
...to visit Florida soon, you're fine if you have a different kind of Hawaii license or ID.
Nothing to worry about. No matter what state you go to, you'll be fine.
A reminder, beginning May...
There you go. Now listen.
No matter what state you go to, you'll be fine.
A reminder, beginning May 7th, 2025...
Okay, May 7th. Wow, 2025. Now, there you go with the star. Right there. They're going to have an orange background with a star in it in white. You understand that? Yes, to show that's the real ID. Like I say, they won't upset nothing else. All of them gonna do it. 100%. That's what they're gonna use to separate you. And it's funny how it's a damn orange star.
Driver's license will need to be real ID compliant in order to travel. There should be a small star inside a gold circle on the ID.
So there you go, people. You can't travel unless the star right there in the gold circle, supposedly. You hear that? You can't travel. Why is they tie that to traveling, people? Okay, why you need an ID to travel? I already told you, you're living in a control world where these people watch you 24/7. They control us. Bam.
An important heads up for anyone who banks with Bank of America. Yeah, the U.S. government has ordered the company to pay more than $100 million to customers over illegal fees and other...
Yeah, listen to that, people. They tell them to pay fees back to who? They find them, but who gonna get the money? They're gonna pay the customer these money? By the way, I already told you, all of those banks tied together and they're up to no good in these times when they're actually gonna get rid of all the banks and they're gonna come to you digital style. That's what they plan. Now, we'd hear this before. Now, a couple of years ago, it was Wells Fargo. They say create some fake accounts in people's name. Now they tell you the same story with another bank. What did I tell you? All government control shit for the masses.
Issues. The Consumer Financial Protection Bureau says Bank of America will also have to pay $150 million.
Pay who? 150 million. That's the number 6 coding. But take a look at this, people, just in case you don't know. Take a look at the Bank of America logo. That's 11 in red, 11 in blue, and 11 again over there. You see it? It's 3 11s for 33 coding. Show you it is Freemasonry. 100% so-called Merrill Lynch and them. Yes, devil puppets and the masses. Pay attention here. What they're telling you, all banks is crooked. They're the one who create the cryptocurrency and rob the masses. Again.
Penalties for issues dating back to 2012. NBC News technology correspondent Jacob Ward is with us now. Yeah, take us through this.
There you go. You can see it a little bit clearer, the logo. There you go. All 11s 3 times. That's 33 coding right there. Can they get away with that shit? They end up can rob you and all of that shit. Set up fake account. They are the coding right there in their name.
Exactly did the banks do here, or the bank rather, and have we heard anything from Bank of America?
Well, so you guys, if you've ever had a non-sufficient funds fee, right, not only don't you have the money in your account and a check bounces, but then the bank dings you. Well, it turns out Bank of America was dinging people multiple times for the same overdrawn account, $35.
You hear that, people? And that's a wicked thing they have right there in place. Well, your overdraft. And they charge you $35. But they tell you that they overcharge these people, charge them more than once. But you have to understand, why is that happening? Because it's poor people. Only poor people overdraft. Yes, because you're in a certain situation. That's just how it is, people. The truth is the truth. The people at lower class, they didn't have no money. They got a little bank account. They, pay some bills and, they fall back a little bit. So they could be fall back $2. So because they go over $2, you take 35, take 35 again and get overcharging them. But what I'm trying to tell you, people, is just a scam. It's all a scam. To charge you for that supposed to be overdraft is a scam. So pay attention. If you wasn't poor, they couldn't do that to you. So again, showing you some things how they do with the poorer class of people. They're the one who they putting the pressure on for
every
you to
time
break.
and not telling people about it, such that people could not come back at it. So they were double dipping on certain fees. They also turned out to have been withholding credit card reward points, and they were doing something that Wells Fargo had a big scandal around, you'll recall,
There you
which
go.
is opening accounts without customer consent. You know, it's common practice in banks to incentivize people internally to try to get customers to open as many accounts as possible. It seems, according to the CFPB, that Bank of America may have been doing this among
So, like, the employees were opening an account
using sensitive information in my name, in your name, and opening accounts you didn't know anything.
And again, people, that's also AI. That's what you need to understand. That's what the banks use to do those accounts. Yes, automatically or randomly, just open an account of people they think won't suspect it as calling to your banking. You understand? That's how they do it.
About in order to meet their goals inside.
So, full disclosure, I am a Bank of America customer.
Oh, geez.
But bottom line,
There
for
you
people
go.
who are like me, are we standing to get some money out of this, or does it depend on whether you had those fees charged?
That's so interesting that you are one of these people. So, you know, assuming that you also were in some way either, you know, hit with one of these fees or perhaps did not get the bonus you were offered, that $150 million you mentioned that's being paid as a penalty is actually going into a CFPB fund that's supposed to go out to people.
No, people, it's bullshit. Whenever they tell you they sue one of these government companies, the same government people, they supposedly Fed suing them. You're dumb? No money going to the public. That's what you need to understand. Nobody getting sued. This is just a propaganda. Always with the banks, like I say, they do the same thing. When Wells Fargo do it, they didn't fall off. And by the way, they tell you Bank of America take a big hit a couple of years ago and almost fall. And then they are bounce back again now, making fake accounts with the masses. You see that right there? What do you think, people? The banking is a sham. A 100% sham. And Bank of America is one of them that actually charging you every month to keep your money in the bank. They're going to tell you to keep $1,500 in the bank every month. So what? You can use it to lend somebody else, collect interest on it, and then you charging me to keep it in there? Huh. What a dumb shit. I told you, all banks, deception. They lend out more money than they possess. It's easy, like I don't tell you, a bank-to-bank transaction. No money involved. All they do is throw numbers around, that's it. No money exchange because they're all the same. Yes, another Mag Bam Sunday, man. Appreciate everybody for listening. We're always on. With all that being said, we're not gone. But with all that being said and put out there with those supposedly surveillance system that's set up in America, I want to know this. How could there be so much missing kids and missing children in America worldwide? How could they do this human trafficking on the masses without nobody basically finding out? Nobody know. You have to wait on the news and them peoples to come tell you about this supposedly human trafficking going on. We go get into it and break it down and show you some things. Who's doing the human trafficking? Let's watch.
From gas stations to hotel lobbies, victims of global human trafficking are hidden in plain sight.
You hear what they said? They have to use that word. The victim of human trafficking hidden in plain sight. Because I already told you, with all that surveillance system all over the world, basically in America, how could there be all this shit going on, people? Pay attention to what they're doing right here. Like I don't tell you, the way human trafficking is the government do it. It's in higher places, way higher than the regular people. That's what you need to understand. That's the reason why you can't see it, but it's hidden in plain sight. Watch this.
Traffickers coerce their victims into forced labor and prostitution.
Forced labor.
The International Labor Organization estimates that there are tens of millions of human trafficking victims worldwide.
Yeah, but who is those people that you're supposed to be called organized? Organized people about human are supposed to be child trafficking and working. Where does the peoples come from who have that organization? The same government people who actually doing it. They're the one who doing the real human trafficking. Like I said, they just kind of throw you off what's human trafficking. A hoe in the street is not human trafficking. That's a grown person who decide to do whatever they're doing. You have to understand that that's not human trafficking. When you take a baby, an underage human being, moving them around, using them to do all type of shit, now that's more like human trafficking. They don't traffic grown person or grown people, I should say. You understand? They don't. They only traffic babies. That's why you see Hollywood got all those people and they got them from their babies. Where does they come from? You never understand. Pay attention. It's a big old sham ring they got running on the masses right here. They call human trafficking. The higher people, the government people, they're the one who doing it 100% in.
And the United Nations reports that the number of detected victims is on the rise.
Yeah, that detected victim.
Great Decisions explores the stories of trafficking survivors.
You see that? They're gonna bring you these people and they tell you there was trafficking before when there was babies. Take a look at this right here. Like I say, they bring you nothing real. They have to keep that shit undercover. What they're showing you right now is just to throw you off 100%. You'll never get it from the mainstream what's really going on when it comes to human trafficking. Believe it or not. Listen.
Unchained, the scourge of human trafficking. Next on Great Decisions.
Great decision. Let's get in it.
Great decision.
Let's get in it, man. Now let's talk about it from right here. Let's run it.
Spectrum.
In a few moments, I'll sign legislation continuing my administration's extensive efforts to combat the scourge of human trafficking.
And once you hear him say that, you understand that he is a part of it. I don't know how you go take this one, people, but you have to understand these people that pretending that they care about human beings, they don't. Donald Trump and them, they all a part of the damn human trafficking. Moving the youths around, they do all type of rituals with them. And I already told you, that's why they tell you, yes, the rituals have to go on. So they tell you from biblical days, they tell you that even the righteous people doing the sacrifice, you don't get it. That's what they tell you from day one to make it look kind of like it's not that bad. But they do these wicked things and it got to be what? Children, the innocent children of this world, the ones that untouched, those are the ones that they want to run these rituals on. Like I tell you, the suffering of the babies, give them joy, give them energy, give them power. So there's not a regular people doing it. It's not regular people doing it. It's these people that actually worshiping the devil. And like I say, they're feeding the babies to the devil himself. That's exactly what they're doing in this wicked earth.
It ought to concern every person because...
And you hear the voice of Obama right there. There he is. All of them involved in it, people. All of these main characters that they put on the world stage, they are a part of the pedophilias of this world. Why you think they're in place? They have to be a part of it. They run a lot of wicked rituals with the babies. This sodomite is also in it. Don't get it twisted.
It is a debasement of our common humanity.
See his hand sign? Look at them. They show you these things to make it look like the law enforcement and the government trying to help these people, these youths that been captured, take away from their homes, take to these foreign places. Yes, that's what it is. They act like they're doing something about it. It's just fakery. 100% pump faking to show to you on TV. All of those supposed to be sting they set up that Grady judge that supposed to be sheriff. You see him say he catch a lot of people by pretending, or he use police to pretend as young girls or young kids. Yes, and attract those people and then catch them, drag them in. It's all a TV show, 100% in. Like I say, they won't show you the real human trafficking because they're the one who doing it.
Recognized as a major challenge for nations around
Why
the world.
would you block his face out? Why? If he's a real criminal doing something this wicked in this earth, like messing with the children, why would you cover his face? Let everybody see him so we know that's the criminal, but it's not. It's just for TV. Fakery on.
As part of my anti-trafficking work.
Bam. And there you go. And also, what did I tell you? What did I just tell you? Hollywood is a big part of it, people. Hollywood attached to the damn human trafficking 100%. Even this sodomite right here was in Hollywood since he was a baby. And I always trying to get the people to explain to me, if you would have really do that, just bring your youths to Hollywood and leave them. Baby, Britney Spears, all of them, Christina Aguilera, all of these, Justin Tim. How the hell did Hollywood get their hands on those babies? You never understand. Like I say, it's human trafficking and brainwash. They take them away from wherever they take them from. Sometimes it's some foreign countries they get them from. Bring them and say, oh, mix with this and mix with that. And put them on the scene. Brainwash them. You have to understand, they heavily brainwash. That's why they always look dumb and stupid, those puppets. They just bring the government agenda. They was groomed from they was babies. And like I said, where Hollywood get them from is another question.
I've met victims in Russia.
Listen.
I've met victims in India.
And of course you know about it.
I've met victims that have been trafficked from Mexico.
Yes, and as you could see, they put a devil statue in almost all of these important cities. A matter of fact, any cities that you see, you're going to see one of these, including the Rio, where you see them have the big Jesus standing over there with their hands open up. Here you see New York with the damn Apollo with the torch. You don't get it, people. It's a devil world you live in. They post up there supposedly devil creatures everywhere. Watch this.
In New York and New Jersey and all across our country.
Look at this, people. You got the red cross on the shirt right there. Yes, so he's a part of the blood drinkers of the earth. Remember, Red Cross collecting blood. Yes, even plasma. Collecting the masses' blood. And nobody see these things. You gotta be blinder than a damn bat in the daytime. You can't see that these are devil puppets. Why did he wear the Red Cross? Like I said, Red Cross collect the blood for the devil people of this earth. They're feeding on your damn plasma. 100%. That's why they stay alive and can run these psyops on you right here.
I've been on FBI raids where I've seen things
Okay, man, okay. You've been on what? FBI raids? Are you kidding me, people? You know what's the FBI? You gotta be kidding me. The FBI is one of the most secret agents. Even those they have the CIA, but the FBI is also a secret agent, people. That's what they use, intimidation, to get information from people. Threaten them with you can't lie to the FBI and all these shits. But you can't go on a raid with them. How this character, this TV character, get to be in an FBI raid, raiding for supposedly, you know, what they call them, human traffickers. How would he be in the raid? Just like you see Morgan Freeman, all of these fake characters that they put on TV, acting like they're fighting for humanity, and you believe it. They're all fake. 100%. You know, like I say, they're doing the same work that was did to them. That's what they continues to do. You understand? These people been abused and everything. 100%. What he was doing in Hollywood when he was a baby, the sodomite on screen. Pay attention.
Been on FBI raids where I've seen things that no person should ever see.
Wow, and why would they take you on a raid, dude? That's why I try to tell you, all of those entertainers, they fool you with, they actually police. Yes, because they're doing the police work right there, working the mind games on you and everything. Pay attention. What a dumb
Despite
shit.
this attention, human trafficking is the world's third largest criminal industry.
You see that? Despite the attention, they claim that they're giving it the attention. What did I tell you? Only negative attention. They're not trying to solve the problem. Because I already told you who really doing the human trafficking. The same people broadcasting it. They're the one who doing it. And like I said, they show you some things, but they only want to put it out there, what the youth's going through. Because like I say, it do give them more energy, more power. 100%. That's what make them living. That's what give them joy when the youth suffer. Yes, and them keep talking about it and mentioning how bad it is. That's also power them up.
Trailing only the drug and weapons trades.
The experts say up to 40 million people a year are being trafficked. They're being...
Of course they know, people. They know the exact amount of people that been trafficking every year. Do you believe it? What a dumb shit.
People
are being trafficked. They're being moved essentially in slave status.
But moving slave status, you believe that, people? Somebody move some people from another country, bring them to America and turn them into slaves? Huh? It's bullshit, and I do a lot of videos where they're talking about the youths working and child labor and all of this shit. Is garbage. Made up shit, but you find youths 10, 11 years old working in factory in New York. It's fakery, people. 100% fakery. These people in America don't want to work in a factory, but they would send their youths in there. You better wake your ass up. It is fakery, 100%. So pay attention to what they call human trafficking here, and I show you, they're full of shit.
The ILO estimates that approximately 5 million are held in forms of sexual servitude.
You see, how do you know all that? Once they can give you the number on it, people, you can't trust them. They're telling you that these are illegal things going on. How did they know the number? They can't stop it, but they know the exact number. So you know the number, you know where they at, you know everything about them. How would you know the number? You can't stop it, you can't do shit about it. Every day we're getting worse. You know the number, you can't do shit about it. What a dumb shit,
I didn't know much about human trafficking myself. Man, when you look at the numbers, it's like 150 something billion. I mean, it's just crazy.
All of them know the numbers, people. How did they know the numbers? Are the people getting trafficking? How did they know the number? That's a good question, people. Let's listen.
Numbers, you know.
Today, we announce the unsealing of sex trafficking.
Again, here we goes again, people. These people is fakers. All them show up in the purple tie. Like I say, they're fakers. The ego right there for Freemasonry. What did I tell you, people? These are the ones who are in charge of it. And they're making sure they're clearing the way so the government people can continue to do it. They're not trying to stop it. They pave the way. These people that you see right here, they make it easier for the peoples to get away with it. That behind this human trafficking, for real. Not the ones that they tell you, but the ones, the actual ones that doing the damage, which is the government people. Yes, the pressure is on the youths. They're the one who doing it. Pay attention.
Charges against Jeffrey Epstein.
Yeah, that Jeffrey Epstein is another government puppet if he even exists. You have to understand, it's the government taking props for taking down these people supposedly that doing the human trafficking. Remember, the Epstein post up with Trump and all of these big politicians. What do you think? And then he supposedly go to jail and get to hang himself. And I already told you that. If you want to believe me, that's fine. Nobody hang themselves in prison. Especially a high-profile, supposedly person that they put in there that attached to government and have all these money and all these shit, that you put him in a regular prison farm or a state farm where somebody can just, kill themselves. No, it's bullshit. 100% made up shit. And of course, the case is closed. Basically, he dead. You don't get it, people. All fake they give you when it comes to human trafficking, because they're the one who doing it. That's why they loot you with it.
To one section of the city or one section of the United States or one section of the world, really. It is a true global threat.
Look at this right here, people. This is what they call human trafficking. Now, like I say, these people is wicked. They go all over the world. They just video people doing shit. I'm smart like that. I seen it happen with my own eyes. I seen it happen with my own eyes. They come around, they record shit. They don't tell you why they record it. And if they do, they're not telling you the real reason. Then later on, bam, he show up on some documentary and say, look at these kids right here. Look at these people. They're human trafficking because they're lifting up bricks with coding on it. Like I tell you, people, the whole wide world is a stage. You have to understand that they show you these things and tell you, look, this is human trafficking. What kind of human trafficking going on right here, people? You don't know. You just see some youths. Sometimes they like to get involved in whatever grown folks do. So you just let them pick up the bricks. Do it. It's cool. When I was this young, I was carrying a whole lot of shit. Nobody forced me to do it. But you just do this, something that you do. But you come with a camera, you record it, and then you come tell the Americans, look at this is human trafficking, child slavery. It's bullshit.
From all walks of life.
Look at this. You tell the kids to post up right there. Look, people. Look at this right here.
Victims come from
I'm going to show
all
you how
walks.
simple they do it, people. What is this got to do with human trafficking? By showing these youths post up right here. You go to their country, you take a damn video or pictures, and then you come telling the people what it is. You're full of shit. What this got to do with human trafficking? Is these people that you're showing being trafficked? Wow, what a dumb shit. I told you, people. They have to mess with your psyche. You're not going to understand what's going on. Pay attention.
Life. But it is often the most
Look, what this got to do with human trafficking here? Okay.
vulnerable who are preyed upon by traffickers. Those who have experienced violence in the past are particularly susceptible.
Listen. That's kind of something that they plant in your head about some woman being, violently beaten on them things by the man, and then all of a sudden human trafficking start. Pay attention.
My childhood was very dysfunctional with a mother who was trying her hardest to make ends meet for us.
There's a lot of people go through that, and it got nothing to do with human trafficking. Pay attention.
I was born in Kenya.
You're son in the orange shirt, but you're born in Kenya. What they take you for? What they gonna do with you?
I was born in
What they gonna do with you right here? Okay, let's listen.
Kenya, in the village of Kakamega. Since I was born, my life wasn't that good. My dad was sick, stroke for 20 years. My mom couldn't come with us to go get some money. So I ended up dropping school.
I grew up in Belgium, and I was born in 1963. My mother was
born in 1963.
Well, she started abusing me very early on, from birth on, I should say.
From birth on, your mom started abusing you. Like I said, these stories is fakery. 100% to try to blur the line so you can't understand what the hell is human trafficking. They're showing you these screen, these basically black in your face type shit. This is not real. These people is fakers.
And my stepfather became her enabler.
It's common for victims to meet their traffickers close to home.
Yeah, meet their trafficker close to home. Meet their trafficker close to home. Like I say, people, they give you the web, the net, and then all of a sudden they tell you that human trafficking step up. Because now they got internet to reach out to people and all of these things and social media. They're the one who doing it, people. I mentioned it earlier. That listen. The internet kill a lot of people. A lot of people don't understand what I'm saying there, but just go back to all these things that they tell you about what connected to the internet and murder. How much people get killed by the internet, basically messing with the internet and something bad happened to them. Going to the internet, meeting people, all kind of shit. That's the internet they give you right there. So pay attention right here, people. I tell you already, this is to divert you from understanding what's the real human trafficking. Go back.
Her enabler.
It's common for victims to meet their traffickers close to home. Traffickers use familiarity to tailor their methods of recruitment and control.
I haven't seen any of the dramatics in the event of opening up shipping containers and seeing people chained. It's more like a grooming.
What a dumb shit, people. You really believe that people they travel with people in here, shipping containers? I don't believe it. What these shipping containers in? How hard is it? They tell you they find truck in Texas full with illegal immigrants. Somebody just leave them in there, and it's a freezer truck, but they didn't turn on the air in the back. They just leave them there, and they tell you that all these people dying there. People trying to scratch their way out, they just die in there. Suffocate and die. How can you hold in here? It will be the same treatment, right? Pay attention.
Containers and seeing people chained. It's more like a grooming process.
What a
It's
lie,
much
people.
easier to
So I'm going to ask you a question, because you chain them to bring them somewhere, and when you bring them there, you let them go and put them in the street to hoe? That's a good question again, people. So you hold them captive, but you put them in the street, let them free to go hoe. They drive off with a man in a car, drive off with somebody in a car, go somewhere, do whatever, and then they come back to you. And what you telling me, that's somebody holding somebody hostage there? That's some human trafficking going on there. Okay, pay attention.
Along willingly, who's traveling willingly, who's voluntarily crossing a border. Much easier to do that.
It could be your kids, it could be your daughter. I mean, I have 5 kids, you know. Can you imagine just to try educating
You can't trust these puppets. They are a part of it, people. Where they get those kids from? They are fakers.
people more that there is an issue and it's happening in our own backyard. We need to do something about it.
The average age a person enters the sex trade in the U.S. is between 12 and 14 years old.
12 and 14-year-old, they enter into the sex trade. Okay, so the sex trade, so you tie it, so the sex trade is human trafficking and all of that, right? Okay, let's listen.
Traffickers themselves average
Take a look, people. These are the traffickers. Pay attention.
28 and a half for their first arrest on charges of trafficking.
I do believe that my family was targeted when we first moved to this village. The woman who was the contact person with the network was...
You see, with the orange shoes on, the woman that was a contact person for the network. You hear that? So yes, they send a woman to recruit them. I already told you the same shit they tell you about the Jeffrey Epstein. Got a woman recruiting these girls to bring them away to these islands and all kind of shit. Doing all kind of perverted things to them. So it's the same thing here. Pay attention.
Aware that my mother wasn't well. And so she knew that she could use me. I was 5. She and her husband took me, as well as other children, on outings.
It started when I was much younger, when I was like 13, 14.
Most of the clients who are sex trafficked that we work with have come into it through a romantic relationship. And over time,
as a romantic relationship, they take away a child to a romantic relationship. Romantic relationship, we're talking about grown people there. Okay, all right, go back.
Work with have come into it through a romantic relationship. And over time, as the rapport is built, you have this emotional attachment between the future victim and the trafficker.
I come from a background of poverty and oppression, so I was always looking to fill the voids that were there. I was actually like excited because I'm like, wow, like this older guy likes me, you know?
You hear that, people? And that's one thing you need to understand. That's part of the American culture. What it is? Yes, these little young girls hoping that they're gonna find an older rich man. Do you understand that? Okay, go to the movie they call, I think, Pretty Woman, where that drag queen played the role of a woman. So they're trying to tell you that this was a hoe in the street, and all of a sudden he meet a rich man that want to take her off the street and spend all these money and turn her into a millionaire. You understand? That's what they do. So therefore, you have a lot of people, a lot of young girls, you see that, they idolize it, and they feel like, yes, that's a good way to go. You understand that? So that's why you have a lot of strippers and them things, and they're there because they're just there because they're hoping or wishing that one day a rich man gonna come in there and be like, I want to take you away from here. That's why most of them little young girls do it. I'm just telling you right now. The reason why they're doing it, because they figure that somebody gonna come around that like them enough to take them away from all of that. Like say, okay, you don't have to work in this strip club no more. Yeah, you have all the money in the world. They go the house, they go the car. That's what they're dreaming. All because of these programmings that they give them on TV. You understand that? They glorify them things. That's one American big movie. Right there, The Pretty Woman. A hoe become a millionaire. That's just how it is, people. They show you Kim Kardashian and them. Yeah, they show you them hoeing, basically. Loose cannons, they're the one who make it. You don't get it. This is what it is right here. This is what they plant in your head. And then they're talking about human trafficking. They're behind the whole thing.
Finally, someone is paying attention to me.
Yes, you need attention.
Many victims are sexually assaulted by traffickers.
I didn't like the woman, and the husband raped me.
Look
and
at this.
then they took me and 3 other girls to this orgy. It was in a castle.
They took them to an orgy. I think this one was 5 years old. I don't know, man. Listen.
Girls to this orgy. It was in a castle. I was taken out by someone who was acting as some kind of a middle person, and he raped me.
Into the orgy and got raped.
Labor trafficking victims are often coping with financial challenges. Most are foreign nationals, compounding their vulnerability.
The number one thing that we see for our labor traffic clients is the desire to provide for their families.
I get pregnant in an earlier age. I went back home. Now it's like I bring a lot of problem to my parents. My dad is sick. My mom is there. Now I have a baby.
Many labor victims are recruited through well-known channels for what they feel are legitimate jobs.
They recruit to well-known channel like jobs. Okay.
These underground workers have a significant impact on the larger economy. It is estimated that forced labor generates billions for the private economy globally.
And I already told you that's part of what they sell the masses as slavery. Yes, this is what they say is slavery right here, people. People working for low wages. Remember, they're not working for free. These people that you see in gloves working, picking, they're not working for free. It's the same thing they used to do with America back in the days. Farm workers come from all over the world and come work. And then you fool the damn people about slave. Like I said, this right here, yes, it's fakery. 100%. The real trafficking going on, they don't want to tell you about it. All these kids that they're supposed to be taking and going missing, they're not talking about. They're going to show you all rusty thing right there. Say there was trafficking before. What a dumb shit for the masses. Move. Now take a look at this right here. The supposed be Sound of Freedom that coming from Netflix. I think it's Netflix showing this shit right here. So they basically showing you and tell you it's a true story. And I already tell you about true story that come on TV. Fakery. So yes, they tell you this is a true story about some man fighting human trafficking. Let's watch. Pay attention here. This is one of the biggest movies supposedly right now. You believe them? Pay attention to what Hollywood showing you right here.
288.
288. Come on.
288.
Listen.
My kids you found. It is the fastest growing international crime network that the
And you
world
see the countries that they show you? Pay attention here. Watch.
has ever seen. It has already passed the illegal arms trade, and soon it's going to pass the drug trade. Because you can sell a bag of cocaine one time to a child 5 to 10 times a day.
Take a look at what they show you, people. How they supposed to be abducting these our children right here all over the world. Pay attention to what they're showing you. So it's regular people doing it, and it just add up to one of the most dangerous crime, or one of the most, crime that's going out now is human trafficking. So I'm saying, people, it's just random people doing this. Like I say, with all that surveillance in America, you see this right here, you capture it on footage, but you're still puzzled. Let's watch.
God's children are not for sale.
Angels, you see that? And they're showing you these people supposedly on the dark web, and the police breaking on them, as you could see the pyramid right there showing you devil work. So yes, he on the dark web that the government create 100% in. They create the dark web. Yes, and have people thinking that they're hiding from the government using it. They're the one who have that shit set up. They're selling children down there. It's the damn government.
12 years now.
Look at this shit right here.
288. How many kids you found?
Chosen. Take a look. So they're showing you these people as hero going around saving the youth from human trafficking. What a dumb shit. It's just a made up shit. It's not real. 100% fakery. Like I say, they're trying to basically blind your eyes. You can't know what human trafficking is with these TV bullshit. There you go.
For
True
Homeland
story.
Security, we can't
go off rescuing Honduran kids in Colombia.
What a dumb shit.
She'll disappear for good. Imagine walking into a room right now, seeing an empty bed. What we do?
You quit your job and you go and rescue those kids.
See that? There you go, people. And take a look at that right there. Like I tell you, evil world you live in. They have one of them devil creature post up in all these cities. Watch this.
So at this moment, she could be a block down the road, or she could be at Moscow, Bangkok, LA. She's a major operator.
Look at this right here, people.
No one goes in. Not the army, not the police.
You see that? And that's where they keep the human trafficking kids. You believe that? They show you these little countries and these supposedly be what they call them, mobster or gangster or whatever they call them, or cartels. They're the one who holding the youths as damn, slaves. They're the one who trafficking the youths. Pay attention. What a dumb shit.
What is this with your daughter?
What a dumb shit, people.
There's no Marine unit coming.
One man.
This job tears you to pieces. And this is my one chance to put those pieces back together. God tells you.
So you see what they do, people? They put this shit together right here to convince you that yes, they have somebody who was trying so hard to stop human trafficking based on a true story, but the human traffic get worse. It is. So we at a point now where it's too bad, but you have these saviors pass by. Does that tell you something? Yes, it tell you they're all fakers, 100%. They're not trying to stop it. They're actually participating in it by basically, misinform you what is human trafficking and who doing it, so it could stay going on and the masses still can't find out about it. Like I say, too much surveillance. They're watching everybody. How can there be so much youths missing and gone on that supposed to be human trafficking? It's because it's the same people watching you, taking those people away. Another mag bam, gone.